There's a fire going on. Yo, someone's yard's on fire. Ain't my problem. Do 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 do. Poo do do do. Do 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 do. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-boo, ba-da-ba-boo, ba-da-ba-boo. Oh, they're constructing a building there. Hello? Nothing to do with you. This the place? This is the place. Okay. That's a big ass door. Oh, so I'm gonna look around real quick. You're broke. Nice carpet on the wall.
The outcome was to be expected, I'm afraid. Simon was doomed.
So I finally get to see you. Yes. You really do look like a messenger of sorrow times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the charges with open eyes and taking their first blow is my duty. What do you think we're on the verge of an especially unhappy era? No grim events have clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its war wound. Commercial communication has been repaired. Astrologists expect nothing ill. Do you hold astrologists' opinion in high regard? Not really, no. The movement of planets has an obvious effect on our life. However, I do not think it's humanly possible to gain any profit from that. Yes.
I will restore the order here, rest assured.
So you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you now? I actually invited by Ishidor, so I came to meet with him first and furthermore, but now it turns out that... Yeah, he should... he's been murdered, yes. Looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? The same one that took Simon's life, too. At least that's the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Same pattern, same signature. So who did it? You wouldn't believe it. His own son! The fellow came back from, after being away for quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a grasshorn. Quite a lot he has learned, huh? A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone. All of that to grab the inheritance. So how did you figure that out? In all honesty, it's hard to explain that to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such a thing as clairvoyance? Of course I do. Well, you should get to know my wife then. Or better yet, those who have already had opportunities to witness the power of her prophecies. Former debaters first and foremost. Rationalist, she's got something to say to you, by the way. So, your wife called out Ishidor's son specifically? Not specifically, no. But it all adds up. And these circumstances of Simon's death make you wonder, too. Ishidor's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes to get from the Crucible to Ishidor's house. That's not enough. I'll have to take the investigation into my own hands. Is there anyone who can help me apart from your wife? There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here, except for one Yulia, perhaps a most level-headed and reasonable person. The only person to remain skeptical about Katerina's talents, too. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has her own picture of events. She always does. Alright. Exactly the person I need. Alright.
The outcome was to be expected. Simon was doomed.
You have any weapons? Who are the people guarding his house? Those are volunteer patrolmen. We usually keep around 20 of them, but I've increased the number recently to 150 or so. Really? What do you need so many for? There's unrest in Termity. If I were not certain that Ishidor has been murdered by his own son, I would even consider the crime to be politically motivated. Ishidor was preparing to take over the kin and become its leader, at least according to the information I have. What is the kin? The steppe people who work in Abatorno. Many of the factory workmen. An ignorant patriarchal pile that hasn't changed much since the Stone Age. They look human enough, but if you look closer, they're just beasts. Believe me when I'm telling you that I am not snobbish in the slightest, but there's good reason to call them out. I see. Israel has always had the air of a person untouched by civilization. I see. I don't think you're aware of the fact that Ishidor came to me last night, just after he returned, and warned me that there was some ominous events ahead of us. I took that as an unofficial warning about this upcoming takeover. So you took measures? Evidently, I've mobilized the patrols. I see what you're implying, Bachelor, but I'm not insane. Engineering Ishidor's murder as a matter of fact, a strong independent kin under Ishidor's rule would have been way more useful to me. Right. Because that would weaken the power of the Honorable Vlad, who's pocketed the economy of the whole town. He'd rather see the kin as a dumb and speechless herd, and come to think of it, well, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this. Okay.
No, I can't stand it much longer.
Do you have any weapons? No, I just finished distributing the remaining weapons to the patrolmen sent to the Bone Stake lot. Rumor has it there's something brewing there. The rebel are trying to catch some man-eater. All Ogog? But even if I had weapons, I wouldn't give it any to you. Why in the world should I? Where can I get weapons around here? And no one in this town owns real weapons. What little they have is old, refitted, makeshift, and most non-functional too. I doubt anyone in the town would dare fire a shot without my permission. Nothing of the sort has happened in years. Your effort is commendable. Okay, can I get in that house? Why are you giving me that look, as if Simon's death was my fault? Nothing anymore. I'm not gonna even inquire about. Actually, yeah, I will inquire.
I've got a.
Oh, you just said fuck off. Okay. Is there another entrance to his yard? I don't think he gave me explicit permission to enter that house, which is why I'm not going there instantly. There is another entrance, right? Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll find something else on this side of the house. Oh, you creepy shit. You dropped your goblet. Fucking weird.
The wheel of my fortune.
What are you doing?
Touched me in a dream.
What was that idle animation? Excuse me?
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
The only proper way for a duel to end is with the death of one of the fighters. That's what battles are supposed to be. Any conflict that has two sides evidently turns into a battle of good and evil. Brutal philosophy, yeah? I'm not speaking metaphorically or metaphysically. I'm talking about a particular battle. You're one of the combatants, Bachelor, Dan. Do you favor good or evil? I favor winning. Spoken like a true warrior. I truly wish you victory, Bachelor, even though I doubt that there can be a victory at all in this battle. You are very kind.
Simon.
You are a brave man, Bachelor Dan.
Earth
Are you overestimating my
a
virtues?
monster from deep within its bowels.
What the fuck's she on about? Why? This fight is very unlikely to end in your favor. Does a clay and bone man-eater leave traces of the kind you've witnessed? It's only a spell, an illusion. They just prefer to see it this way. It makes it easier for them. Why? What are you? What man-eater? Yeah, what man? I'm sorry to break it to you, but you will have to fight to the death, even if it were a metaphor. The ending is still unambiguous. If you don't find out what happened before nightfall, you will die. What? How do you know this? I'm clever. Okay, cheers. I'm about to die. Okay, you... Stop. Is 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.? I can't fucking tell. Shit, bro. I'm gonna head to the smart lady's house. Yeah, bro, these people, what's wrong with them? One chick over there is just like, there's an angel of death outside my house. Motherfucker over there was just like, what? I don't even remember. He said some wild stuff, bro. I don't know what's going on. Hello? Boxes? I thought this was like something else. Anyway, I shall go see the smart lady. I'm assuming events happen on the hour. So when you hear the bell toll, you know you've triggered a next event. And I'm assuming I missed something every time there's a bell that's happening. And those are like signifying, like the third bell of like the morning signifies like the death of a Christian born. I don't know, it's something like that. Yo, your house got disintegrated, bro. Still gonna have to pay property tax for that, sadly. It's a drunk dude. What's that? Hello, our house? What are you? Oh, to replenish water. Hey, who is this dude? Hello, sir? Oh! Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is! But 'tis her warmth that has to be withstood. Oh, friend, if only I could wet my whistle. I'll gladly give you anything on earth in exchange for a gulp of chilly spring water. How about we barter? You'll give me water now, and now I have bandages. You'll have your water, and I'll have bandages. How do I barter? One. Price is 5. 5 waters for a single bandage. I ain't got that many bottles. You better not run up on me. And let's see what the sanest person in town says. Oh, she has a gazebo. It's a pretty nice house. Was this your killing corner? You do rituals here? Can I shank people in their houses? Hello?
There are unseen connections looking through the capricity and tenuity that the world seems to be made of.
What? I seem to have lost any capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer add up. Before, I had no trouble forming a trustworthy titillation out of the most imperceptible cognitions. Now I simply cannot get my head around it. Could it be that I'm dying? The steppe air is way too thick. I think that's what's causing it. Oh no, Herba is in blossom. I grant you. But then it blooms every year. Every year, the steppe is filled with the stupefying vapors. The issue is I'm having, however, has nothing to do with the fatigue or perplexity. It is just that I've lost my ability to make decisive, distinctive events coincide. I fucking suck at reading, apparently. Everyone has the ability. What's this hub? No matter what fraternal traits that the locals ascribe to it. The twire is all a heady aroma, a bunch of superstitions, and remarkably little else. It has psychoactive properties after a fashion, but then so does simple wormwood. Visions caused by ingestion of belladonna or Jimson weed are much more fascinating than what Tyre has to offer. It's a pity I'm not a botanist.
My arms are flaccid, as if made of cotton wool.
Arms are numb? Probably eat something then. So you have traveled all the way here, only to find that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered. Is that how this story goes? I do hope your visit is not any way related to these unfortunate circumstances. I have to find whoever is killing Ishidor and Simon. I wanted to ask you for help. Sab told me that you have a gift for all manner of investigative inquiries. I doubt I can do it on my own. Tell me plain and simple, what do you make of this? And I've yet to meet anyone who can help me in the slightest to find a killer. It's true, I haven't found anyone. Do you have any relevant experience? Do you know how a murderer may be found? I don't do killer hunting. I'm a scientist. Looking for killers is the duty of the law enforcement officers. I am only willing to assist them in any way I can. Yeah, correct. Incidentally, it is more than possibly that the killer is hiding in the house of Anna Angel, a Thespin of sorts. Now, there is another woman worthy of attention. In fact, I heard some ghastly man covered in blood was seen entering her house today. What kind of woman is Anne? I struggle to imagine a person whose name is less reflective of her inner self. An unforgiving description? So there's a bloodied man hiding in her house. Where would that be? She lives in a mansion that once belonged to a family of exiles, whose political views led them to a far-out town like ours. Because of some ill-conceived sense of camaraderie, they were happy to give shelter to a runaway actress. As soon as she told them she was persecuted by the powers that be, a few years later they died. Suspiciously, if you ask me, leaving Willow Mellow, their daughter, in the care of their companions. Willow died soon thereafter. Mysterious. They all died of natural causes, allegedly. Even though Willow was buried in a tightly closed coffin, the body was examined by Ishidor. However, he is not a man who would cover up a crime. Anyways, you would do good to take a look at their house yourself. The mansion is known as the Willows. It stands by the gullet in earth. I'll get to know her. Alright, head to Anne's house. Understood. You got
I'm
anything?
afraid it's natural.
Do you like Eva? Very much. It wouldn't be much of a stretch to say I absolutely adore her. Same. Right? She does not hate her.
Seems to be
You managed to find out so much in a minute of... I want to... blah, blah, blah. Yes, her gifts. I'm certainly no better investigator than you. I never had a chance to search for a murder before. The best I can offer is to fill the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Sabanak Adur is the simple man's scarecrow. I would have followed a different narrative. What kind of narrative? Consider the circumstances of his death. They say Simon had locked himself up in the evening and consequently died in the morning inside the manor, in a chamber with some particular name. In this case, I would suggest that Simon was poisoned by the Kynes. I would have thought, but I know their family all too well. Their mutual loyalty is only rivaled by their arrogance towards anyone who is not one of them. They hold the priestly sage who stands at the head of their family in the highest esteem. They believe that a single dishonorable act will tarnish their name for generations to come. I doubt any of them would stoop into this. Have stooped into this, no matter whether they wanted or not. Poisoned. How did you arrive to this conclusion? I don't believe you understand what he died in focus really implies. Do you know what the Kleins referred to the focus? You don't seem to grasp the semantics of the term. These are the Kleins for you. The kinds for you. These kinds of innuendos are their forte. Well, what is this focus then? The focus is anything but an abstraction. Quite the opposite, in fact. It is government. It's government governed by mathematically rigid regulatories. You see, no one but the owner of the focus may get inside. This can only mean that Simon has brought the killer with him, or rather, within him. Since no physical object may be brought into the focus either. How do you know this? Who doesn't? The kinds are notoriously passionate about all manner of synthetic anomalies. And they will never pass up the opportunity to devise a construct that would allow them to warp space, challenge physics, or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can be compared to a camera obscura. Do note that the name is not unfitting. No, it is entirely impossible for one to get inside. A curious conclusion, but an incorrect one. Simon was disfigured and bleeding. His bones were broken. Is that so? Well, this does introduce a different perspective. Did you say Ishidor was the last person to see Simon? The question is, who did he see before? The sun has not yet set when Ishidor returned from the steppe. However, he came to Simon after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend the missing few hours? This is why I'm trying to track Ishidor's steps. I want to walk the same route. Don't get me wrong though. Was Ishidor seen by Sab by any chance? He was. He warned Sab of an oncoming storm. Alright. Let me suggest then that while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all ruling families in this case. Either of the Olgimiskai family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Barach was one of their own men. Really? Definitely, the Bull Project, from the abattoir to the railway, is controlled by the I'll just call them the Sky family. Controlled by the Sky family. If Ishidor discovery had anything to do with the kin, Isidore would have certainly relayed it to Vlad. So do make sure to pay him a visit. To visit the lump. That's the name of the Sky's mansion. Another fitting name, wouldn't you say? Thank you. Okay, we have another location to visit.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
Okay, cheers. I doubt I can do it on my own. Tell me a plain and simple, what do you make of... Okay, I'm done talking with you. I have had enough. I have too many fucking steps to take, and I have no idea what's going on. I'm just waiting to one of these days just open a door and some random runs up on me and just stabs me. Alright, let's go see Angel. And let's see the bloody man that infiltrated her fucking humble abode. Down and left. Next left. Okay. So there are shapeshifters. There are clay people. There are worm people. And there are clairvoyants. And I'm assuming there are also vampires, which is why that guy was immortal. But maybe not vampires, maybe something else. He was some sort of supernatural being. Right. So, is this the yard? It is. Hello. Name is Dan. Bachelor Dan. How do you do? Let me look around the house first. Is there another entrance? There is another entrance. So there's a back entrance and a front entrance. I'll check the front entrance first. Dark room. I don't have an oil lamp. Hello, Anne Angel. There's a man.
Life is hard.
Oh, this is really too much. Who the hell are you? Why have you donned this dreadful outfit? My name is Daniel. What's wrong with my outfit? It's snakeskin. Are you a performer? A circus actor? A tamer? Tell me the truth. I'm a tamer. After a fashion. No, I am a hunter. Calm down. I'm a scientist. I am a hunter. I thought so. I knew someone like you would pay me a visit very soon. How horrible. What's horrible? Everything. Everything's horrible. You came to, after me, right? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I could have been a famous singer.
Oh, okay. What happened? So that man, he's like, dead, right? He's dead, yes. It doesn't take a doctor to see that. Well, he isn't breathing, no pulse, means dead. Oh, I was so scared. He barged in here, all bloody. I thought he was sent here. But he didn't try to attack me. Just look at this heinous wound. It's like he was cut with precision to mangle the body as much as possible. Who would do something like that? An expert surgeon, someone who knows anatomy. His sinews are cut. He was mumbling something to that extent. There's this hunt for Simon Kind's murderer going on, right? Well, they mistook this guy for the culprit, even though he was actually a hunter, not a huntee. It was Simon's murderer. It was Simon's murderer that wounded him so horribly, wasn't it? He should have been taken to the morgue. There's a good chance he'll be identified there. We don't have a morgue in this town. When someone dies, a small service is held, and then they're buried by the family. That's the local tradition. Oh, there's been no murders since I moved here. It's just so horrible. If this is how it's going to go on. Whatever happens to us. So, are you going to do now? I'll call someone to attest to the death and take the body away. Just don't call anyone here, okay? Please, I'm begging you. If they find a dead man in my house, it's hard to explain, but I promise I'll do some later. When we have time. I didn't kill him, I swear. I couldn't have mutilated him so heinously. I'm not saying you're guilty at all. Whatever even gave you the idea. Oh, many people would be more than happy to accredit this blood to my hands. They just need an excuse, a chance to grab me by the arm. And then they'll twist it so hard that I'll even confess. Just help me bury him, will you? I can see a spark of kindness in you. Go to the cemetery, tell the caretaker there's someone less than living in my house. Who's the caretaker? Since the old caretaker died, another dark story, huh? Anyways, his daughter is the one who is taking care of the cemetery now. Name is Grace. She'll see to this dead man as though he was still alive and kicking. I mean, figuratively, of course. Alright. Okay, and I'll help you get rid of the body. No questions asked. I'm expecting to hear an unfolding story afterwards. Sure. Let's go help her get rid of the dead body. But first, just making sure he's dead. I have a rather dark room in here. Do I have a lamp? I don't. Can I go in here? I don't want to. I can't see anything in there. I want to see what's in the other entrance of her house. That's not an entrance. Anyway, to the cemetery. Bottom right. To the cemetery we go. Here I go jumping again. There needs to be some fast travel added to this game. Actually, I think that might kill the tension. We all know about you. No, I don't think so. What is this place? Hello? What do you sell, sir? Tablet, an outdated immunity blocker. Only use very large doses that can cause serious damage. And painkiller. I'll take one painkiller. Why don't I? I shall take some medicine. What time is it? It's 10. Cool. I need to go all the way to the end and... all the way to the end, then down. So Mandem are getting shanked. We have 3 dead people already. We have Simon, we have Giza Isidore. And we have unidentified body 1. That's all we have for now. Why are you looking at me? This is where you get stabbed and no one finds you for years. I need to keep going. Cemetery's rather out the way, isn't it? There's a bonfire over there. Bonfire. Music in this game is lit. Groundkeeper. Oh. What do you need, kind sir? I'm looking for Grace. Ah, the caretaker gown. No Grace around here. As you can see, this place is completely graceless, huh? What business do you have with her? Worry about me personally, I wouldn't have come on my own feet, now would I? Hey, makes sense. Loads of sense. Being someone 6 feet under without any roaring thunder. The process demands meticulousness, kind sir. We don't even know how long since this stuff has gone. No idea. You bring 2,000 here, kind sir, and we'll bury the devil himself and sing a pretty tune for you to boot. I gotta put even the Sabanook back into the ground for 2,000. The sum ain't pretty, I know, but the times ain't killer. But the times ain't killer on the looks either. I can show you the kind sir a way as well. You're a big city man that I can feel a vest away. Your equipment could cost a fortune in our shops. The poor morons give you their souls for it. They buy all sorts of crap anyways. We've got loads of money saved up right now. What's with the train coming soon and all? But them folk are addicted to not starving, so they gradually sell their stuff. You could become a rich man if in a few hours if you play your cards right. Looks like I'll have to follow your advice. I need grace. I need grace. I know he said we're graceless, but I need grace. Grace, lady? Is there a lady named Grace, Heather? Some obelisks, huh? What is this? Scenes, okay. What have you for? What do you have for sale? And who might you be, a buyer? A certain beggar. Are you the caretaker of the cemetery? The caretaker has been pushing up the daisies for, let me think, 5 years now, turned to grass already. All excited to bask in the sun. Me, I have to endure them hardships for a long time. Long time, who knows? I don't care. Where is Grace? Came all our way out here, and Grace, it's graceless. How am I doing on stats? No idea. New fucking idea. Alright, where the hell am I going? Can I set you ablaze? No? I don't even have a lamp. Oh, it's raining now. Great, let me... I don't even know what I'm doing, bro. Pop one of these. Why? Because I can. I don't know what it does. Music changed. Where am I heading? Well, the cemetery is graceless and I need 5 grand and I can't afford that, so I'm gonna go talk to the Sky family. Sounds like a good idea. The mood changed completely from over there. Where am I going? Left. That's built in such a weird way. Who's stalking? This child keeps following me. Fuck off, mate. I feel like there's like 6 character models that they have like walking around in each area you go into. Feels like everyone's just following you, which I guess adds to aesthetics. It's just creepy. It's over here. Hello, Sky family. How you boys doing? Where's the rest of yous? Did I go in the wrong house? Did. Who are you?
It's the same power that my dear mother used to glimmer with.
What? Look at all this. If only my dear mother was still alive. She would take the reins of power in her hands. Even father would have listened to her. But who is to take care of us now? Not Katerina. That's for sure. The mistress is too exhausted. Katerina is supposed to take care of you? Katerina is scared like a child herself. And I also think she's being tricked. Yes, her prophecies come true just like it's always been, but they are becoming more and more noisy. Every word she utters comes across as a metaphor. Interesting. Can she really predict the future? She sees the vague features and always speaks the truth. Just like a true mistress ought to. I see.
Hmm.
I have a terrible headache,
I used to go
but it'll
out
pass
in the
soon.
night, only to be found
Quinine
someplace
can help.
new,
If you don't have
Denyard.
anything better.
Guests are always welcome.
Sorry to hear that's bothering you. Okay. Strange little child. Where's the main entrance? It's you. There we go. What the hell? It's Worm. It's the dude, the homeless dude. Oh my! I'm not walking up to you. Bro, hit me. Bro's hitting the stunt. You know the fucking. I didn't want to have to do it to them stance. Bro, look at that stance. Oh god damn. Uncle Fester looking ass, bro. What the fuck is that dude doing here? Got a picture of Worm. Alright, what's good?
So my Haruspex is the Ripper? Funny.
What? Ah, Bachelor Dan, of course. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own ways. Can't say I'm interested in industry, I'm not gonna lie. They gotta train. How curious! And what is the current state of your industry? I'm gonna be nice. Come now. It's a complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. A special approach is required to control such a colossus. See where I'm getting at? Emissary. It would be pointless to object. I can see we're not really seeing eye to eye. The project is special. Very special. That means common standards do not apply here. That would be very naive. Can I ask you about the murders instead? I don't care about your industry no more. We'll come back to that.
I can't breathe. Not enough air.
You alright, Geese? You're gonna die, huh? Yes, getting everything back on track wouldn't be easy. I'd like to inquire about the fate of my colleague, Isidore. About the manner of his death, to be precise. What are you implying? What is this manner you're talking about? Be so kind as to mind your own manners. I have nothing to do with it. Don't they say Isidore was murdered by a step demon? A Shabanuk? There was that thingy, a talon they fished out of from the wound. I can take this from kids and weirdos, but you, a respectable negotiant, right? A demon. Why didn't I think of it straight away? It was so obvious. Okay, this is sarcasm. No need to put it on airs, like you know life. Scarcely off the train and full of scorn already. I know these big city manners full well. Yet the capital is 1,000 vests away, as is any other decently civilized place. If you catch my drift, and you didn't let me finish, he's gonna kill me. Oh my god. Alright. Sorry for the sarcasm. Is your money where your mouth is, though? It's hard for you to believe, isn't it? It used to be hard for many. Take my boy, for example. A scoffer, if I've ever seen one. And now even he believes it's real. He went off his head a bit. You're in the steppe now, esteemed sir. Eastern and backwards, the dead rise from their graves here. Clay dummies dance and bulls talk. Does he know the steppe well, that son of yours? He rubs elbows with the rabble. The butchers, the odog, shepherds, and gatherers learn their tongue, collect their legends. He doesn't keep them in check at all. They even dare to come visit him within the premises of the town. If you see a worm creeping through the streets, he's definitely looking for my son. What's wrong with them visiting him within the premise of the town? They're dangerous. They're aggressive. They have hate everywhere. Slightly racist. Alright, we'll keep going, sir. Who isn't a step person? They'll jump you and kill you on the spot. They'll tear you up with their teeth and devour your flesh while you're still throwing fists at them. So if they're spotted within the town, countermeasures are taken. So what of your son? I know, bro. Look at his face over here as well. Yeah, he's mad by default. He's got resting fucking anger face. So what of your son? Perhaps he could tell me more about these creatures. Hold your horses. You want to talk to my blockhead? No. You have nothing to talk about. He's not here, thankfully. I don't want you to meet. I don't want you two to meet. You heard me? These are tradesmen's words, and I'll stick to them. Just go back to my PC, didn't get kicked. Very nice. Nice? Yes, undoubtedly. Okay.
Lucky people are
Yes,
bad hands at
getting everything back on track won't be easy.
They always
So how do you think Simon died? I don't think he was murdered. How could he who carved monocracy not perish? He couldn't. Not in this place. Balance requires equilibrium. So Simon's course of action contradicts yours? Come now. What I'm saying is, when someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground down. That's how life works. Yet they say Simon was the one to bend the circumstances. Not the other way round. No one seems to doubt that. But there were signs of an outwardly visitor that night, weren't there? Yeah, that was better. Simon has lived a very long life. Very long. He was a worthy man. But long does not mean eternal, does it? No one is to blame for his death. Examine the body, you'll see for yourself. It just happened. Kine won't let me examine the body. Well, that is temporary. A family tradition. He's not lying to you. He truly believes Simon was murdered. Were he to admit that Simon simply died of death, he'd probably go to his last home himself. The shock would be too much for the man. That's strange. Gregory kind didn't appear sentimental to me. That ended... Okay, I thought he was gonna kill me. Isidore came by to see you last night. Don't try to deny it. So what if he did? Ah, he did? Okay. I'm also aware of what you two have been talking about. All I want to know is why he left to see Simon afterwards. Oh my, oh my. Pray forgive me. So he wanted to bring me to heel. That traitor. That bastard. Well, what he asked for me was for me to stop the factory. How could I not kick him out? What were his reasons? His reasons are that the bastard, he reasoned he would pay a visit to my daughter. He knows full well how to pull my strings. Well, I told her to lock the door. So away he went, none the wiser. Oh, the bastard. So he went to Simon, huh? Thank goodness my loafer of a son is hanging around somewhere. Or else he could have what? That, my dear and respectable friend, is none of your business. My property, like I said, is in order. See the skin and meat delivery reports? Do you know how hard? No way. It's my domain. Whether anyone writes or not, and I'll have my way with them. Let's see. You're the bigger guy here. The bell tolls again. Am I done? Okay. I want to talk to his son. What the hell? It's Worm. Hey Worm, how you doing? Worm. Oh, he's going to his... I remember, if Worm's seen on these streets, he's going to that guy's son. That's what that guy said. Let's follow Worm. He's frame skipping. I'm chasing Worm down. You and me both. He's bringing me to an alleyway? He took me back to the yard? Where are you going, sir? I no longer feel safe. Oh! Oh, he slapped me up! What? What? That's it. There's nothing more. It didn't even give me a save option because I didn't go to sleep. That was still day one.